Hello and welcome. We can do we could do an oozy wave, we could do a wiggle wave, we could do a sumo wave, we could do fear melters wave. So welcome. I wanted to just remind us all that our purpose here is to move from fear to love and connection through presence. And one of the best ways that I know how to do that is by circulating your awareness, circulating your attention, what we call loop of awareness. And we don't realize that our attention is both a nutrient, it is a way of connecting, it allows us to locate ourselves rather than flying around to whatever the strongest energy is in the moment. So today, as I was preparing, I had an image of windshield wipers. And I think part of that is because we're still longing for rain here and doing more and more rain dances. So just imagine that your attention serves the same purpose as a windshield wiper. So a windshield wiper cleans off the windshield. And a lot of what we do is look at the world and receive through a lot of gunk on our windshields. And I'm thinking of our loop of awareness as being a way to just go just very gently, and the windshield can also be going at different speeds. It can be going at the thump, and then it just waits a little bit and then thump. And so I'd like you to play with, first of all, just playing with your own windshield wiper. And like if you were to clean off your perception, the lens of your perception, what is a speed that feels friendly to you? So you can also, like sometimes when I first turn on it, especially a rental car, the windshield wiper is going, and that creates its own problem. So if you would play with, I'm going to stand up so I get a little bit more room for playing with my windshield wiper. So let's think of love scoops as both clearing, and then you get to connect with yourself. So you're reaching out and you're clearing. So let it be not just a reaching out, but a reaching out and doing a little clearing and then bringing all that great nutrient into you. Reaching out, doing a little windshield wiper, and then bringing all that fresh energy in for you. And you can bring it into different areas. And when I'm playing with the windshield wiper, I'm finding that I'm liking to make a little oozy movement and then bring that in. I want to bring it into my shoulder here. And you can do double windshield wipers and then bring that on in. And then you can do love scoops and let it go out. Have you ever been behind somebody on the road and they're doing their windshield wipers and the cleaners and you get some of their mist if you're behind them? So imagine if the mist from your windshield and you can be a nutrient for others. So you can do love scoops and then let that sprinkle out around you. And then be sure when you're doing your love scoops to bring it all the way in. So we forget when we're doing windshield wipers that, now we have some clarity. And more space to bring that into ourselves. As I'm doing that, I'm noticing that I feel more lively in my body. I can feel more energy moving through me. So let yourself just pause for a moment and notice your whole body experience, your experience of energy. Yeah. And as you're doing that, notice if there's any place in you that is wanting a little bit more attention. And how would you know that? How does your body let you know, hey, I'd like some attention? Hey. So one of the things I like to look for, and I invite you to look for, is any place where I'm just feeling a little more dense. So as you're continuing to circulate your attention, because we can also have the windshield wipers go this way. So we can remove any debris between us and other people. And you can let your energy go out. And then you let your energy come back to you. And when you let your energy come back to you, let it come especially to those places that are asking for a little bit extra. So almost always the area just above my waist, it's the adrenal zone. And I'm imagining that many of us need attention right in here, because that's one of the big places where the adrenaline addiction takes a toll on our body. So you can love scoop, like you're doing breaststroke, and bring that on around. I'm just letting my hands rest at my waist, and I'm feeling my breath moving in there. And when I have my hands, I can feel my movement. I can feel the movement that's wanting to happen in my back. And this is also a main thoroughfare for your upper and lower body. And we tend to be so front centered that I always like to give some attention to the back of my body, because it's what's backing me up. And it generally, we just kind of go, okay, do your job. Yeah. And the only time we notice is when it gets cranky. So how about if you sent some appreciation to your back and the back of your legs and your heels and your feet, and how they hold you and allow you to express in the world. So that's why I like to include giving loving attention to my back. And I bet you haven't, I'm just guessing, although we don't have to go into details here, but I bet you haven't given much attention to your butt in a while. So you could do breaststroke and then let your loving attention just land on your butt. That appreciation, your butt is what allows you to stand upright. And we still aren't, as humans, very skilled at that. So when you're standing upright, it's because of these wonderful muscles that we consider the booty. So let yourself do some love scoops in and appreciate your butt. And as you're standing there, you can feel that your booty connects to your legs, which connects to your feet, which allows you to feel the sumo of being fully here. So we have circulating your attention, giving it out and giving it back. And imagine too that it doesn't, usually we have attention that comes, when we say pay attention, we usually think of our eyes. And so let yourself notice when you hear pay attention, what happens to your eyes? For most people, we kind of narrow some and we get very focused. So what if you could let your eyes get soft in your head, just kind of floating in your head, and letting all of that attention now drop into your heart. And I'd like you to imagine that your eyes are in your heart, and that your eyes are noticing what's going on around you, and that you're also then letting your heart open to you. So the opening and giving attention out from your heart and then back to you. And I like to remember that my heart goes all the way through to the back of my body, that I can feel my heart being supported from my back. So that's another love scoop that we can give to the back of our heart. We could even go love scoop, and one hand goes to the front and one hand goes to the back. You may be thinking, well, I can do this all without doing the movements. But what we found is if you let yourself move, that's the quickest way to affect all of you, your feelings, your thinking, your choices. So even though it may just seem like you're going through the motions, what if you let your attention be with your motions? So that as you're doing love scoops out and bringing that back to your heart and to the back of your heart, you let your awareness be in your hands and you let your awareness be where you're touching. So for me, that slows everything down. Like, oh, okay, I want to take a moment to actually feel that. To do a love scoop, like, oh, all of this love that is available. And love really is being in the same space with something else. So as you're letting yourself do love scoops and coming back to front of your heart, back of your heart, I notice for me, I feel a kind of softening and a kind of rippling. It's like with the windshield wiper where you just have mist and then the windshield wiper does a little whoosh, and there's clarity. And the mist could also be that softening, the feeling of, here I am. Now, can you do all of that without using your hands? So letting yourself let attention be going out, because shifting your attention from inside you to outside you is one of the best ways to increase your circulation of presence, of possibility. So whenever you're stuck this week, notice, are you stuck out and what that feels like, or are you stuck in? And if you let yourself simply, for me, this is the way that I create curiosity. Let yourself add, instead of your hands, add a or you can use your hands if that feels good to you. That how is it out here? And how is it in here? And when you circulate your attention a few times, I think you'll notice that you're getting a freer flow. You feel more possibility, you might feel more softened. The places that are in you that feel dense feel more expanded. And just this simple move of, how is it out here? And how is it in here? Refresh you, fill your reservoir with presence, and give you the opportunity to be available for connection and for collaboration with others. Lovely. So just in our last minute, I'd love for you to add in your favorite intention to putting your awareness out here and in here. So my favorite, of course, is appreciation. So being sensitively aware of, it's another way of saying, how is it out here? So I'd like you to just add, like your windshield wiper fluid, let that be appreciation. So you're going, and then when you even hear that sound inside, you go, oh, windshield wipers, clarity, opening up, more love and presence. Beautiful. And one of the reasons I like to use the motion, because then it reminds my body of what we were doing. I go, oh, yes, circulating my attention, windshield wipers, clarity. Here I am, and here you are. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And until next time, I'm going to take my leave. And also, Michelle, would you post something about, I don't know if you have it handy, but for the Shift Network, so anybody who wants to attend that today, starting today. So until next time, happy windshield.